Romans chapter 3, verse 21 says, "But now apart from the law, righteousness of God has been made known, to which the law and the prophets testify. The righteousness is given through faith in Jesus Christ to all who believe. There is no difference between Jew and Gentile, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. And all are justified freely by his grace through the redemption that came from Christ Jesus. God presented Christ as a sacrifice of atonement through the shedding of his blood to be received by faith. He did this to demonstrate his righteousness, because in his forbearance he had left the sins committed beforehand unpunished. He did it to demonstrate his righteousness at the present time, so as to be just and the one who justifies those who have faith in Jesus." I love this passage because it does a couple of things. First of all, Jesus is for everyone. And second of all, everyone needs Jesus. You may stop and say, "Pastor Sarah, those are very redundant phrases," but they're kind of not. First and foremost, we see that everyone needs Jesus. Everyone has fallen short, not just this person or this type of people or these type of people. Everyone has fallen short, and everyone needs Jesus. But the second thing that we see is that Jesus is for everyone. Jesus didn't withhold himself and say, "I'm only going to be for this people," or "I'm only going to care for these people," or "I'm only going to be a part of your life when you got it all together and you look right, you sound right." No, Jesus is for everyone. It goes both ways. Why is this so important? Because we can recognize very quickly that everyone needs Jesus, and Jesus desires to be a part of everyone's life. So my question to you today is, what's your story? If you love Jesus and he's been a part of your life, you've asked him to be a part of your life, you've got a story. Even if you haven't done that, you have a story. But your story begins to tell how great Jesus is in your life. And sometimes when we share our story with somebody, they can connect to that and see what Jesus has done and a transformation that's happened, and it begins to transform their lives. Or, let me give you one more thought. If you think about what your life looked like just before you encountered Jesus, or right when you started walking with Jesus, and then you're years down the road, you can see that transformation take place. There is no story like your story. So I challenge you today to do two things. One, write down your story. If you've never taken the time to grab a pencil and paper, or a laptop or a computer if you want to, but do it with pencil and paper. There's something really amazing about kind of going old school with this. And write down your story. Write down your life story, how you came to know Jesus, what life looked like before Jesus, the transformational moment, and what life looks like after Jesus. There's no story that is wrong or boring or lesser than another. If you've met Jesus, your story is important, and you need to share it. And once you write it down, you can see it, and you can read it and see how amazing the Lord has been in your life. And then two, ask God to give you somebody, put somebody in your life that you get to share why you love Jesus. And when you share why you love Jesus and you know your story can begin to transform somebody else's story. And they'll encounter Jesus through relationship, through passion, and your excitement for what Jesus has done in your life. Don't bottle that up. Let that out, because the excitement of what Jesus has done in your life is a transforming power that he has put inside of you.